Hi, this is the foreboding region of Portugal. I'm Klingon, and I'm the bad guy. I loot, I extort, and I've started killing for sport. Welcome again, Portugal enjoyers. As I'm about to descend on this poor soul here, I wanted to talk about a video I recently watched about how to win at EvE Online from Captain Benzi. I found it very interesting. His entire video is one of the inspirations why I started moving up my production on this channel, and it's all about the way that he described being hunted in wormhole space as an example of a very genuine experience with the game. And he mentions that it's a thrill. Even if he doesn't like being a PvP hunter, he still enjoys the process of being hunted, because that kind of engagement, that kind of interaction is social and very unique in EvE Online. So here I am, still hunting people, not even managing to keep up, honestly. There have been a lot recently trying to salvage, and I've been spread thin. Here's Ivan. Now, me and Ivan go way back. I've been, ever since I started living in Portugal, I've seen him around. He's probably been here longer than I have. And he, at the start, did, pretty much salvage, just like I did before I started, murdering indiscriminately. And Ivan, I know what to expect from Ivan. But as soon as I turn my back, and as soon as I relax around him, he surprises me. Now, unfortunately, I could not record everything. I was looking at other targets other than Ivan. So, knowing that Ivan is a salvager, I relaxed and expected him to go for the salvage or just warp off. But as you can see, he attacked. I don't think his intention was to kill me necessarily, and you can see me, tactically retreating from the fight, because, the slasher is, as I would note down in the chat, is a very fast ship. However, it's not a very good brawling ship, so a Heron can be fitted with lots of shield and be hard to take down. And I would like to mention again that I wasn't fleeing from the battle with Ivan. I was, first of all, very surprised, and second of all, tactically retreating. Well, anyway, we'll get back to that in a little bit. I present you Dimitri. Now, once again, I wasn't expecting a fight, although during the engagement he started fighting back. A nice welcome surprise from the usual salvagers. It's a good thing I was currently flying with the Atron. It's a very high DPS ship if you can get the target really close. Its only weakness really is I need to sometimes sacrifice the web for another scrambler, which may cause some salvagers to escape. But in this case, I had the right ship alright, and the high DPS of the Atron really struck out. And speaking of the same lovely person, here we have him again. This time he was using the Algos. Now I wasn't exactly sure how tanky you can get this ship to be. Just to be safe, I decided to bring out the Rupture. Being in an advantageous position is usually the best choice, especially in PvP. You always want to be on top of your opponent in every situation. So, although this ship doesn't exactly have the best DPS, I have it equipped with not one, two repair modules to actively tank the damage. Still, Dimitri is dishing out quite a bit of damage, but sadly not enough, as a cruiser usually wins out against the destroyer, and the Salvager at that. Not to mention my cap probably wouldn't have lasted much. And now I do understand why he was dishing this much damage. You'd expect this type of destroyer to be using light drones. Instead he was using the Kildari Navy Vespas, which was a relatively good choice against my ship. Here we have another valiant comrade, a fighter. I go in as usual, apparently had my ship commanded to the approach vector, which somehow matched speed with the other ship and unfortunately kept me away enough for my shots to not land properly. Just goes to show how my favorite slasher can be killed, really, if you're fighting back, even as a salvager. And as my shield was disintegrating, and as my hull suddenly disappeared, or half of it just disappeared, I decided it's time to once again valiantly retreat. Well done to Mr. Conrad. I'm sure I'll meet him again. So there you have it. The Salvagers fight back. A friend of mine recently mentioned that I might be nearing 100 solo kills, which, I didn't think I'd come this far. PvP is not the easiest thing to get into. Fear of loss is unfortunately something that I think many players struggle with, especially for PvP. It takes a different mindset, especially because as a newish player into the game, what you're focusing more is your connection with the ships, your deep involvement in establishing yourself in the economy, earning money. There's a lot of also people in my corporation, for example, which are very actively trying to earn their Omega with ISK, which I also do, and they aren't so keen on the losses. I'm not flying the best of ships. I'm flying cheap and I enjoy that. So I hope you also join me for the next episode that I'm cooking up. I promise it has high-speed chases, explosions, burnouts, And again, as a reminder, why am I doing this? Why am I the bad guy? Why am I trying to fight these salvagers that are just trying to earn their keep? My story is being the bad guy, and every story needs an antagonist, and every story needs conflict, which makes it much more interesting. So, dear salvagers of Pochman, thanks for the content.